Hey, everybody. That's right. It's the war against Gigas. It's never stopped, and we're still fighting it here on the Council of Cyber Friends. It's Sunday noon here on eimprov.com or YouTube or Google Hangout or a future cube that an evolved lizard person has found in the wreckage of our society. And you're watching this show. This show, of course, is the Council of Cyber Friends. Each week, we bring a different nerdy topic. Between all of us, we know everything. Everything nerdy. I'm going to say that with utmost certainty right now. Be it Battlestar Galactica, or those weird little muscle wrestle figures from Japan that were popular in the late 80s. We know all about it, and we're going to talk about it. This week, it's all about Earthbound. This was a little RPG that was released on the Super Nintendo in the late 90s. We're going to focus mainly on the story, so we're going to save all that stuff about it really being called Mother, the whole controversy around it, and that kind of stuff for another week. But I just want to get into the story. That's why I fell in love with it. I've been replaying it this week and really picking up on a lot of the different themes in it that I didn't see before when I played. And I really love the game is all about duality, that life as an adult is living in two different worlds. You start out in the first town of Onnit, Ness's hometown. I believe he's 12 years old. He's a 12-year-old kid who goes into this town, beats up the local gang, and then beats up the police. He does both. Like, I don't care if you're criminals or you're the authority figures. He goes in and just cleans house in his hometown. That is the first thing he does. And it just continues from there. You get this feeling that none of the adults in this world care at all. They're all weirdly passive about these events. And it's just like, oh, we're sorry, kids, that you're having a tough time and you're getting beat up by weird animals and crazy adults. But thanks. I'm going to go back to dealing with whatever I'm dealing with. Hope the world doesn't end. They're just so lazy about it.
Perhaps we should start with a little background of what Earthbound is and everything. We've jumped right into the story.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm so passionate about it, obviously. The story surrounding this is there is a evil alien force known as Gigas, and he is invading the world from some point, they believe, in the future. He is coming
We should
back.
back up even more. This is a Super Nintendo game, right? It's a Super Nintendo RPG.
It is a Super Nintendo RPG. I did say that at the
Okay.
very beginning. It came out in 1995. And unlike regular RPGs that you might expect, like with Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of stuff, this takes place in an alternate version of America, essentially, or at least Western culture, because they kind of go into England a little bit. But it is a view of Western culture from kind of an outside perspective. And that is also a very interesting aspect of it, is all of this is kind of commentary on how Americans behave and the way we kind of go about solving our problems. I feel there's definitely a lot of that in there.
With ball bats and hitting gang members, is that's the way that they perceive us to be solving all of our problems?
Yeah, kind of, that there is this sense of if you are strong enough that you have power. There is that sense throughout the entire game. And coming down to the fact that the only reason you win is because you become powerful enough to beat him. You don't win by tricks, with a kind of a trick. But we'll get into that a little bit later. So yeah, I mean, the whole story is just, it's there to make you feel kind of uneasy. There's just this uneasiness about everything that's going on, which fits in with the plot because Gigas is infecting everybody with this evil. And it's kind of a subtle thing. It's like, if you weren't evil before, you're not going to turn into anything. But if you have evil in you, you're going to like become some crazy creature and attack children in the streets, evidently. And to aid that, I mean, there's just these little subtle things. And I know it's far more spelled out in the Japanese version. Like in Happy Happy Village, it is a cult in the American release. In the Japanese release, it's far more obvious that that's just the Ku Klux Klan. And you kind of deal with that whole unsettling thing. So there is also the aspect of racism, which is something that we here in America, unfortunately, have to deal with an awful lot. So that, I mean, that if you're going to talk about America, it's interesting to see, like, no, we got to get that in there. We got to get that in there for sure.
What about the characters? Why don't you tell us about the characters?
Like I said, they're all young kids. The main protagonist is, I believe, 12 years old. The default name is Ness. And all the other kids are the same age. It's Paula is younger than Ness. I think she's like 10. And she's the one with like these crazy psychic powers, which if you play the first game, you understand where these come from. And everybody in this town kind of worships her. But then she gets kidnapped by that cult. And there again, her parents don't really care. Like her dad gets worried about it, but her mom's kind of like, it'll be all right. Somebody will rescue Paula. I run this preschool, and there's other kids here. I can't be selfish about my own kid. And she just leaves it up to this young boy who shows up and says, yeah, I'll go into this neighboring town, beat up guys with yo-yos and baseball bats, and save your daughter. Don't worry, the police are corrupt. I had to beat them up in my hometown. I'll take care of it. Could you, like, if I was missing a child and some random other kid showed up, I'd be like, that's totally not okay. Where are you getting this information from? Why are you... Yeah.
So basically it all takes place in some warped version of America where gangs freely roam the streets, the police cannot be trusted, you're constantly having to beat up things with your baseball bat, yo-yo, or frying pan, and use your psychic powers against it because there is an alien war going on.
Yep.
As well, underneath the surface.
Yep, and even though it's going to destroy the world, nobody is that worked up about it, except for 4 kids.
Because everybody else is just too involved in their own thing.
Yeah, everybody is so absorbed in their own stuff. They can't... The end of the world is coming, but we have this concert to play at this dive bar. So we need to get that out of the way first.
Yeah, you got to help us fix our tour bus. Then we can help you fight this alien warlord.
Quick question, man. Do you think that it's supposed to be kind of a theme or a metaphor that, like, the only people that can solve the issues with Western society are the children who are being able to see everything for what it is and not what they've been brainwashed to view it as?
I definitely think that that's in there. Yeah, because the kids are the ones. Yeah, because they're the ones that are gonna have to change everything. They don't already have all this bullshit evil in them.
Right.
And even that is sort of contrasted with Pokey, Ness's next door neighbor. He's evil, but he's also a kid. So there's still that. It's like, yes, children can be the future, but not all of them are going to be quality people. Some are just assholes even from the get-go.
It's very true of children. Yes.
It is very true.
It's very true of children, yeah. Do you think that maybe the passive nature of a lot of the adults could have been like what their evil was? If you think about, the way you're saying that Gigas is infecting people with whatever their like deepest problems are, maybe some of that passive nature of all of those adults that aren't caring about the end of the world might be because they were all too passive, just too ready to let everything keep going however it's going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's in there. It's very subtle, but yeah, I absolutely feel that that's in there. And that's how he's going to win. And that's kind of an interesting theme, too, that is surprisingly relevant, that a lot of the times evil wins because people don't do anything. Like, they know it's happening, and it's like, whatever, I got to deliver this pizza. I can't deal with this. That these kids and that insect and that monkey that blows bubbles, they got it. And so yeah, you deal with all this dark shit, but then it's contrasted with like using like these ridiculous like items like a slime generator and the broken key machine. So
that's like something I want to bring up real quick. Is that the world of Earthbound is populated also with all these weird inventors that are constantly inventing useless things, like the pencil eraser, which is an item that erases statues of pencils. Um, and oh God, what? The dungeon man, who was a man because they have technology to convert a man into a dungeon
Yep.
because he wants that.
Yeah, it is at some indefined point where technology is just out of control. And yeah, they turn a guy into a giant walking dungeon just because he wants to. But it ends up helping the kids out in the end. But the giant crazy technology, since we're going to talk about the story, let's talk about the ending just a little bit. You can't destroy evil unless you go back to the source, and that is indeed what they do. The kids travel back to I believe it's the point of conception of Gigas, and basically abort/prevent conception so that Gigas is never even born. He is never even conceived. They do it by traveling back into the past in the bodies of little robots and fight him in his mother's womb.
Right. I remember that being the biggest controversial point of this entire game, was that it ends with the boss battle being an abortion.
Yep.
Like I remember like hearing about that and people being all up in arms about that for half a second until they realized most people hadn't played the game and they're just letting people.
Yeah, unfortunately Adam dropped because he got so mad about his pro-life viewpoints. But it is interesting that that's the way it ends. And since it is commentary on Western culture, what is a bigger hot-button issue in American culture than abortion? And even though they never flat out say that's what's going on, I think that's kind of reading into artist intent just a little bit.
Right.
But I feel, from when I play it, I definitely feel that element in there, and I think it's very interesting.
Roe v. Wade, the video game?
Yeah. But also, if your unborn fetus has a tiny fat kid and a spider robot next to it, just let it go. Like, it's probably not going to be worth having that baby.
This isn't for you. This isn't that special moment you've been dreaming of.
Yeah, try again.
Seriously, giant galactic space monster, try again.
Let's do some scenes.
Yay.
Look, we were promised we were going to get to play at this club. My band was promised we were going to get to play at this club.
Meteors are raining from the sky, man. The whole world outside is engulfed in flames.
Look, I get that, but I've been rehearsing all day. We all have been rehearsing all day. We were keyed up for this gig, man.
My girlfriend's supposed to be in the audience tonight, man.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, Harry's gotta impress this girl, man. She's a 9.
Guys, no, I get that, okay? I get that. But the entire human civilization outside has been turned into walking zombies. We can't open those doors.
But is there a crowd inside? Is there a crowd inside that is getting rowdy and is ready to see the Runaway Five?
No, there is a crowd inside, and they are huddled, and they don't want any loud noises drawing in the zombie hordes, okay?
Okay, so we can do an acoustic set. Great.
Oh, yeah, we'll do some real low-key. Yeah, the girls will love that especially.
Yeah, Harry, I'll let you be out front, man.
Ah, thanks.
Yeah, slap it. Yeah.
First, guys, can you keep down the high-fiving, okay? It is.
What, it's not loud high-fiving, is it?
Yeah.
It is too loud a high five, okay?
No, we could do louder. Look, this is a louder one.
Yeah, all right.
Stop! You gotta stop.
Firecracker. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
What? Oh, come on!
It involves many small pops.
Yeah.
It was like 3 small pops that all added up, guys.
4.
We gotta be quiet.
All right, well, okay, yeah. We can do some low-key acoustic stuff. I've got my keyboard here. I'll set it to grand piano setting.
First of all, the electricity's out. The electricity's
runs
out,
on
obviously. It runs on. You have batteries specific for your keyboard right now with you.
Yes,
of course.
It's a Casio keyboard. I mean,
you're acting like we're not professionals here.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
You know what? That's neither here nor there.
Supply the power, man.
Guys, that's neither here nor there. Okay. I mean, again, I'm just gonna say there's a zombie horde outside. Please, just huddle down with us. I mean, we really want to blow out these candles. Like, it's getting really frightening out there.
Look, I'm a natural performer. As is Harry.
What kind of music do the zombies like? I mean, we're versatile. We got a lot to our repertoire.
We can cross over. Like, Blue Moon, do you think they'd like that?
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know. I haven't talked to the zombies. I haven't tried to figure anything out. I just know that they...
Well, how do you know you're not missing out on a market?
Right.
Right there.
We could do covers of songs by the band The Zombies.
Yeah, She's Not There. I know that one.
Yeah. That's a great song.
Guys...
That would sound really good acoustic. I'd have to get on my
fine,
tambourine for that,
fine.
though.
We're doing that. We're doing that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one.
We cut to them playing an acoustic version of Zombie.
Like the way she looks, the way she hinted, the color of her hair. It was cool and bright.
Yeah.
She's not there.
We cut to after the concert.
Oh.
That was absolutely amazing, guys. I mean, all those zombies, they definitely rushed the door and broke in, but about halfway through killing the audience, they stopped, and you guys are a hit.
That did recap our night. Thank you.
Edit. We cut to a doctor's office. Well, we have... we took a look at the unborn fetus, ma'am, and everything is very healthy, Mrs. Mock. Unfortunately, there seems to be a smaller child in some sort of robot next to your fetus.
Oh my God, it's twins?
No, not exactly twins. It seems to be a fully grown 13-year-old boy in a spider robot next to your fetus, and he seems to be the fetus seems to be actually controlling the smaller boy somehow.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm not getting all this medical jargon.
I understand this is a very unusual situation, and I wish it was happier news, but like I said, it is a boy, so congratulations there.
Okay. Oh, my
Yeah.
husband's gonna be so happy.
Yeah, oh, that's nice, that's nice. But if you see here on the ultrasound, you can see the smaller boy up here, it looks like a spider robot just kind of just hanging out next to him. So our standard procedure is we're going to shrink down some other children, put them up inside you, and just let them fight it out.
Okay.
Hey, Mrs. Mock.
Hey.
I'm one of the kids that's going to get shrunk down.
Yeah, this is Ness. We're going to shrink him down. He's got some friends. We're just going to put them right inside you, and he's very good. He's done this a couple times before for us.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm
Okay.
also going to go. I had a teddy bear I'm going to bring with me.
Hello, sweetheart. Hi.
Hi, I'm going to bring a teddy bear with me.
Okay.
I'm bringing my
How-
baseball bat and my yo-yo.
That's great.
Hey,
That's
no,
great.
How
no,
are these kids
Um,
and all their stuff getting in there?
I understand. It's a complicated procedure of dehydration. We compact them down. We put their minds into smaller robots, and the robots then come and go into your body. Then they will fight it out. And don't worry, after 4 to 6 weeks, if you don't pass the robot bodies after their consciousness is transferred back to their physical form, you just come in and we just flush it out. It's kind of a little douche procedure, and we just flush out the little robot bits. And presumably the dead body of the 13-year-old boy, if your body has not absorbed it already. You kids excited? You excited to go in?
Oh, man, this is going to be a blast.
Yeah.
I'm going to pray.
And does my HMO cover all of this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're covered up to 1 child insertion a year.
And you're
Okay.
getting 2.
You're getting 2. You're getting 2.
This is a lot to take in, both emotionally and physically. There would be a lot of
Being a
thinking.
new
I
parent.
get what you did there. I get what you did there.
We cut to her at home with her husband, who is a giant floating fetus. Honey, I think they just don't understand our culture.
I know. It's hard when you're not there in the room with me, and he's spouting off all this medical stuff about kids and spider robots.
Well, did you just explain to him, that's just kind of our way. I know it's difficult for, intermarried couples.
Well, he's a doctor. I trust that he knows what he's doing.
Well, sure, I get that, but you gotta let him in on the fact that I'm also a giant space fetus. Honey, these are important things for a doctor to know.
I know, I understand. The kids were so enthused by it, though. They were really excited to just get in there and just kill some stuff.
Oh, I get it. I can't say no to a kid either.
I know, their little faces just so full of hope and psychic powers.
Well, this is going to seriously set back my plan to take over the Earth.
I'm sorry, but hey, it's a boy! It's a boy, right?
Oh.
We cut to the inside of Tracy's uterus.
Hey! Hey!
You can't defeat me! I'm gonna take over the world! We're gonna control everything!
Hey, real quick question.
Mm.
Why are you letting your life be planned out for you? What about your choices and your decisions?
No! Everybody hates me because I'm fat! I'm gonna show them! I'm gonna show them how wrong they are!
I'm gonna pray.
What?
She's praying, okay?
You're fucking praying! I brought a goddamn giant fucking spider robot into this woman's uterus! You can...
Hey! You need to understand. Just because you're a little bit bigger doesn't mean that's how you're going to be your whole life. As you grow up, maybe your height will catch up to your weight, and everybody will just be okay with you. You know, some of the coolest people around are a little bit chubbier.
You mean it? Like we could all be friends and hang out?
Yeah, come on over here. Here we go. Why don't you come on over? Baseball!
Oh, God damn it! Oh, my sandwich!
Frying pan. Frying pan. I'm gonna go back to praying now.
Why don't we go ahead and tie him up, climb into his robot body, and use that robot spider to murder the fetus?
Oh, it's me, Jeffy. I'd quite like that. I enjoy robots and technology.
Well, I'm glad, Jeffy. Let's climb on in there. And here we go. Oh, I hope nobody wanted this fetus, because it's absolutely going to be aborted.
Cut
I'm
back
going
to
to
outside
pray.
of the uterus.
I think something's wrong.
I'll take you to the hospital.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you. It's just, I feel like there's like something very, very exciting and climactic is happening inside of me.
Well, I really didn't approve of the whole. I mean, I'm driving you to the hospital right now. We were walking and we got in the car while we were
You
talking.
never approved of our giant space fetus human relationship, mother.
Honey, please don't start this with Mom, please.
She doesn't respect our people's ways.
She's trying. She's trying really. Aren't you, Mom? You're trying.
I just didn't know what was wrong with Mark.
We cut back into the uterus during all of this. Pew, 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 pew. Blah, 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 blah. We cut back.
I think my water just broke. Nope, that's just a bunch of mechanical spider pieces.
Scene! I love that despite saying we're not going to talk about the controversial angle of Earthbound, or that's all we're going to talk about here on the Council of Cyber Friends.
There's nothing controversial about the terrible war against mechanical spiders and, their other dimensional overlords.
It's true.
And
We
their
have to fight them
natural
on all
place in
fronts.
our uterus.
It's something we all have to face as a people.
Oh, super fun. Well, thank you, everybody who has joined us and who is watching us later on here on the Council of Cyber Friends. Join us next Sunday at noon here on eimprov.com. Juliet Everhart's going to be talking about Adventure Time and how it relates to isolation.
Mathematical.
Mathematical. So brush up on your history of ooh, and we'll see you here next week on the Council of Cyber Friends.
I'm gonna pray.